All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. We have the Zeus Winter Warrior Cup here. And it's the second day of the the semi-finals here that we have. So we are in for a treat here, guys. Of course, it's going to be really exciting what all of these teams have to give up over here. So right now you're witnessing the Group B. So due to some technical issues, we won't have the Group A shown on live today, but guys, the matches are still going on, ongoing. So make sure not to miss out here, guys. We are going to see now some beautiful games played here. Of course, we're going to first up start with the Rondo match here. And we have a couple of teams already taking the flight over here, getting ready to take it to the battlefield. Of course, Rondo is going to be one of those matches where it's going to be full on aggression here. You won't really see a dull moment in Rondo because of the recall systems that are going to be there and all the eliminations that will come through from just literally everywhere, guys. There's recall center at every station across the map, so teams will definitely be able to make full use of the recall system as well. So of course we have the stage 1 zone in play here right now. We have 18 teams joining in, 68 of them have joined in, and yeah, guys, we are in for some beautiful matches today. Of course, we can see the zone, the flight path going in from the southern side here. We can see the zone has gone a bit central over here. You can see test factory and Neox factory as well. Sorry, test track. It's kind of central, but not really taking it towards that north or south side per se here. But talking about a couple of teams that we have here, we have the LFEQC roster over here with all of the known players, and they're about to take it on over here. They have gone to their respective drop location and they have a drop clash. Start here, of course, with an elimination already coming through. We have some grenade action coming through. Omega is going to come through with the first elimination, the first blood, and we can see a lot of nade action over here as well from a different team. But yeah, talking about DMT as well, they will look for their qualification into the final straight away. Of course, they will definitely, guys. We can see at one of the most busiest places in Rondo. Of course, it's going to be a fight. Of course, there Ayo with some S12K action. He's going to confirm that elimination. Storm is going to get into the elimination column now with the one elimination. And we have ITE with one elimination each. It's a beautiful start for these teams over here. So, of course, we can see that the team's still standing, by the way. So, all of the teams on the board still have recall opportunities. So, I'm pretty sure that's going to come into play very soon over here. Even though the lobby is only 60 players, guys, that doesn't mean that the elimination cap is going to be about 68. It's going to definitely be more than that. So, let's see how it's going to play out over here. Of course, we'll see Syndicate joining in with only a 3-man roster. They have one elimination on the board, confirmed by Ayo over here. He got some shotgun action over here, but Soli, on the other hand, did get eliminated really early on. So he will be a player that they need to recall in the near future here. But of course, they're not going to be let off easy from this ITE team. They're going to give them a bit of a trouble over here. Of course, they're informed 2 players are being recalled as we speak here. Both of them got one elimination, so they're going to easily settle into the match here with no problem at all. We can see some shot fires coming in and some far away action as well. UMP shots come down, and we can see Ayo is going to get knocked out. So this is not really good for Syndicate over here. Ayo is going to get confirmed as well. We have Cloud, the last player standing. He has to try and answer back to at least one of these players here, or at least try and pick them apart one by one here. Cloud definitely a player that can do the job here. So let's see how he's going to actually get a hold of the situation. The nade guarantees some chip damage, and he has to move out of the way. That Molotov will connect, but give him enough time. Note that nade will connect before anything, and they are going to get the elimination and a hit shown towards Syndicate was shooting at the boxers, of course, but yeah, of course, it's going to provide that toxic gameplay which really brings out the competition in all of these players. Of course, yeah, the fights can be settled out on the battlefield here, so Syndicate, they will have to definitely try and come out on top in the next 4 matches. Of course, give a reply back. They are definitely one of those teams that can do that, so it's going to be interesting to see. On the other hand, we have LFEQC with 4 eliminations to start off. They are on a roll here as well, confirm those eliminations, and now looking for a rotational possibility here. So let's see what they have up their sleeve. With 17 teams remaining, we have 60 players still left on the board here. It's going to be interesting to see what we have in store going through this rondo match. Of course, is going to be one rondo, 2 Erangels, and then 2 Miramas back to back. So let's see how they will be able to really capitalize in those 2 maps that they have back to back, Erangel and Miramar. Now, yesterday in Group A, we saw different chicken dinner winners here for every single match. So maybe in this match, we will find something different to play for here. But let's just see, guys. Let's get done with this round really quickly here. You can still see that the player remaining count has gone up yet again to 64. We had it at 60 just a couple of minutes ago. We have 17 teams on the board still. And it's going to be interesting to see what they will be able to pull off here. So now the actual caster for this stream is not me. I was supposed to be casting the Group A, so of course the most common name, the more common name for this group is going to be Matrix here on the casting desk. So let's invite him to cast this fight that we are about to witness right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. But as you can see, I'm I'm just gonna get on towards the action here. WTH popping with the nade. We'll see if that's gonna connect, ladies and gentlemen. WTH with the push here. Knockdowns are going back to back. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, bro, definitely did not expect that there. But team number 9 here cooking with the nades as well. But we'll see how everything's gonna go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I didn't miss a lot of action, but it's still stage 1 zone, so there's a lot to happen and a lot to see in terms of today's 5 matches as well. So like I said, yesterday was pretty interesting how the rondo started, if you all can remember, of course, because I remember because I had a few some SOK shots are going here from team number 9 here, K9. With the 3 shots here, oh my goodness, okay, yep, that's me when I have this 2K, guys. But we're not gonna talk about that. Anyways, some recalls are going here. So I mean, yeah, look. So now Rondo is like the map where so many teams will send their players to one recall tower, because that's the most important thing in terms of this map, right? Because like getting kills is the key part of this map, if I had to say, because I don't have much map knowledge also in this map in terms of Rondo, but like even yesterday we saw like a lot of teams were sending at least one of their players to the recall tower most of the time. So it is pretty, expected here, but we're having eyes on LF, EQZ. They were good yesterday as well, but I mean at the end of the last 2 matches ish, they were kind of off because of how how many drop clashes they had near their drop locations. So yeah, we'll see if they can do a comeback. I mean, this is a team that always have proven that they have the capability to come back and do something like really strong on the next day. But shots are going down here from Pina way towards GDX Nyx here. Nyx's bullets does register well and is low HP, but we'll see if he can get the knockdown. Yes, he does. Nyx with the org spray gets no tail right there. LF, again, a team that I saw yesterday was really good, but we'll see from how it is go. But Jiggy takes a knockdown of Nafla as well there. So there's back-to-back knockdowns going from both these teams. But 5Z will try to back off, maybe get a recall, you know, for his teams here. But Nick's confirming Jiggy's kill for Nafla with the grenade there. Tabs taking the knockdown as well. There's LFEQZ here as well, confirming the kill of 5Z. So as we can see, there's back-to-back action going from EQZ, DDX, and LF here, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, LF also is a team that I saw yesterday that was really performing, and we'll see. There's going to be so many teams that's going to change everything today. But we have the man, the myth, Storm here with you know, he's currently scoping in and cooking some nades here. We'll see if that nade's going to connect, though. Storm has eyes on him. That nade might just connect. Oh! All right. Yeah, I mean, it's always expected from these guys. But anyways, moving on, looking at the zone, we can see the zone is at stage 2 right now. And most of the teams are inside a zone. But a few teams are outside as well. And one-hit GODZ are making their way in. Nyx getting knocked out from 4K Nigesh, a player that I saw outstanding yesterday. So we'll see if he's going to have the same performance today. But Nafla needs to get the revive of Nyx here, ladies and gentlemen. We have back-to-back action here in Rondo. I mean, it's pretty expected in this map. Come on. Nigesh is going to be pushing in with the vehicle. We'll see if we'll be able to get Nafla as well. All right. Nades. So everything came in, and Rocky with the beautiful cover there. That's going to be it for DDX. Like I said, guys, Nigesh and 4K yesterday was amazing. So I expect them to be the same today as well. From looking how that fight went also, I'm pretty sure they're going to do amazing this time around as well. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, MAKPEN players were also really good yesterday, and they're also having some knockdowns back-to-back here. But fights are going early on. Compared to yesterday, though, it wasn't this chaos, because yesterday it was like at like stage 4, maybe when it started getting really like heating up in the game. So I think right now we're looking at some changes here, but there's some sprays going here from team number 5 here, Zivoti. Sorry if I didn't spell your name. Oh, and he does take the knockdown of Yeti. MAKPEN Yeti does get knocked out from that spray there, but MAKPEN players need to be careful with getting knocked out in that sort of an area. It's kind of hard to get the revives as well because of how, but Zwoti needs to, I mean, wait, Zivoti needs to kind of probably just take his vehicle and go after getting the first knock, because, you know, I mean, that's how PUBG Mobile is. You take the first knock and you can't be in the same location. You are spotted pretty much, so you might have to move. I mean, not might, you have to move. But yeah, looking at the map, guys, we see LF also, and so many other teams are making their way into a zone. They are right on the edge of zone. I would say most of the teams, like 50% of the teams. I would say 80% of the teams. But 4K with 3 men for the first Rondo match. Don't know who was sleeping, but you might have to wake up on the next game. But it's not going to be a problem for 4K Knights here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how they're going to utilize with just three players for them. But Nigesh does get knocked out from... I'm sorry, I do not speak that language, but Nigesh does get knocked out as well here, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back shots are being fired here. POM is knocked out as well. Tundra, team number 5, is currently having eyes on 4K, and it does not look good. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the teams that caught my eye yesterday as well, I think even Tundra, like this team number 5, Beast, and all these players were also really good yesterday. So yeah, Rocky getting some shots here as well. It doesn't look good for Rocky. Oh my goodness. Okay, 4K is in a very difficult situation here. POM as well. We'll see how 4K is gonna answer back in terms of this situation here, ladies and gentlemen. Omega and I mean LF EQZ is also right there, but as you can see, team number 5 is gonna move out with their vehicles. But yeah, one of their team members are getting shot down from that higher ground place, but MAKPEN 1 is getting knocked out as well here. The confirmed kill will happen, but Drak is gonna get into his vehicle and probably move out here. On kill is going down as well, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back knockouts. Nigesh is cooking the lobby, guys. MAKPEN Yeti as well. 1v1 against Nigesh. Yeti does get Nigesh there. The kill will be confirmed, and Rocky is gonna be pushing in as well. Will Yeti be able to get Rocky as well here? Oh, beautiful stuff from Yeti, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is one of the players that I saw yesterday that was really good as well. So he is doing really amazing for MAKPEN right now. Beautifully handled 1v2 there against 4K, a team that has been really good as well. Both these teams are really outstanding. So, ladies and gentlemen, Pure Aim, the last man standing for 4K, surrounded with MAKPEN players. It's really hard on him, considering he's outside of zone, and the only thing he has to his name is smokes, and which will be a key factor for his survival right now. But looking at the zone, look at how the teams are spreaded in terms of outside of the zone, right? So if we have to talk about the next stages of the zone and how these teams will respond to that, I mean, look, it's Rondo, and like stage 3, stage 4, stage 5 especially will be where things will be really it's that's when it's going to be really like chaos, right? We do have a small technical issue here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with the match. But yeah, talking about yesterday's 5 games, I saw a few teams that was in my mind that really did perform a lot, and even players itself, right? So, I mean, we did see a few of those same players today performing as well in this Rondo match as well. So they're expected to be, I expect them, especially like, Nigesh and MAKPEN players, and like MAKPEN, 4K, EQZ, all these teams, LF, Dev, Syndicate, these teams that really caught my eye. I'm pretty sure I missed some, but I'll get there. But yeah, those teams really did caught my eye. So, ladies and gentlemen, looking at the zone and how, oh my goodness, Omega taking back-to-back knockdowns of LF players here. Tabs getting knocked out by Yeti as well. And Bapaya getting out 48 minutes as well as back-to-back knockdowns going from so many teams. It's stage 4 zone. It's pure chaos right now in the Rondo match, ladies and gentlemen. Storm getting, oh my goodness, Storm is getting, I don't want to say the word, but I think you all know what I mean. Storm needs to heal up, but as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Storm is in a very difficult situation, will be knocked out, and MAKPEN players are right ahead of LFEQZ. Yeti currently cooking for MAKPEN. Not the last player, is standing here for MAKPEN. Some shots are being fired towards Omega. He is low, but Omega gets knocked down as well by Yeti. Yeti beautifully gun handled there with S2 again against Omega. Rays are going down towards Revo, and that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, for LFEQZ, a team that was really outstanding yesterday, but MAKPEN is also a team that was really good yesterday, talking about how they've performed. And so far, Yeti is cooking for MAKPEN here, but YS taking 2 knockdowns from a single grenade. Crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Confirmations are going as well here. DDX was also outstanding yesterday with the Rondo match, especially. They are starting off good. Yesterday also they were good at the Rondo match, but YS taking the confirmation kill of Gogi as well. So yeah, this is crazy scenes going here, ladies and gentlemen, in the Rondo match. I mean, I hope you all are entertained. Yesterday the first half wasn't necessarily like, oh my goodness, but like right now it's stage 5 zone, 40 seconds left, and we can see a lot of teams just battling it out here with so many clashes going on. So we'll see what team is gonna get the first chicken dinner on the second or the last day. So as we can see, one DDX. Sorry, I just saw Griga and I was about to say one hit, but we can see DDX here as well with some angles on team number 11. Griga with the higher ground here. He's in a very, I would say, okay, but again, not the best angle. But Griga, oh my goodness, Griga, okay. Griga couldn't get cover there for a second, but if he did get knocked out, that was going to be a big issue for DDX players. But Griga needs to go into the hit. Oh my goodness, he was too slow. But the knockdown is going to go from DDX's side. But we'll see how DDX is going to respond to this. But team number 11 is also trying their best to make some damage towards DDX players here, ladies and gentlemen. They're in zone, and zone is right in front of them. They're in the edge of zone. And Gritty taking out Kofin with a nade as well. We are seeing some action on the other side as well here. We are seeing back-to-back kills, back-to-back knockdowns, back-to-back chaos going on in the Rondo match, ladies and gentlemen. Stage 5 zone. As we can see, some shots are being fired here, but he needs to cover up Oscar here from team number 11. DND. So, ladies and gentlemen, 7 seconds, and stage 6 will be presented to you all shortly in about, I mean, right now. But shots are being fired towards team number 3, DYD as well. Immortal, one of the players that was outstanding yesterday. So we'll see how this team is also gonna be, performing in the first match. But Godly has taken 6 kills for his team. Oh, we're looking at a Porsche. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you all think about the Porsche, by the way? Anyways, I'm gonna get back towards the match. But knockdowns are going back from Gritty, DYD here. Gritty is being knocked out as well, ladies and gentlemen. But ITE players are also getting shots from pretty much everywhere right now. Around that, this specific area is crowded right now. Players are everywhere. Right, we can see Immortal getting knocked out as well here, and DYD just getting the knockdown of Dodo as well. It's back-to-back fights, team number 13 and team number 3. Oh my goodness me, last man standing, it looks like, and it's gonna be, no, wait, no. Okay, I thought it was last man standing, but ITE Zeus will be revived, and that is gonna be it for DYD, Immortal, and Godly. They were really good, especially Godly with the kills there, but unfortunately, they have to go back to lobby, but it is stage 6, 4 teams and 10 remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. It looks like ITE is also all right now, but WT's Coffin is here as well. Grigor and DDX taking down TUNDRA as well, and that's going to be 3 teams with 8 remaining, guys. So it's DDX, WTH, and ITE. The last 3 teams, but Coffin is going to get pushed. Will he be able to get the first knockdown? He is pretty low. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep. Zeus is like, let me just take him over, bro. Anyways, there's gonna be 2 teams remaining. IPE versus DDX. It's gonna be 7 remaining with 2 teams. These last 2 teams, ladies and gentlemen, stage 7 zone. We'll see if DDX can have a nice start, or is it gonna be ITE? But ITE with the zone disadvantage is gonna be hard. YS taking the knockdown of Zeus. And YS being knocked out as well, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back knockdowns. Grigor, oh my goodness, Grigor, what are you doing? Grigor gets knocked out as well by Coffin there. It's going to be hard now. It's Nafler, the last man standing for DDX. Will he be able to do something? For a second thought, DDX was in a... I mean, no, wait, that's Nyx, my bad. But I thought DDX was having the best position here, but they still do. But Nyx taking the knockdown from the grenade as well here. Nafler pushing in, but Nafler, oh my goodness, Nafler. I don't know what's happening here with DDX, but DDX is in a very disadvantaged place with how it is looking right now. 3 players knocked out, and Grigor is being revived. Don't know why IT is not pushing, because I mean their players are also knocked out right now. I get it, but like it's last man standing. Nyx with the grenade as well. Oh my goodness, Grigor taking the knockdown from the orb of Coffin, and Nyx is gonna be pushing in forward. This is up to Nyx and Grigor for DDX here. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for the Rondo match. And like I said, DDX did have the advantage position there, but for a second I thought they kind of fumbled it. But ladies and gentlemen, winner chicken dinner for the Rondo match is gonna be PDX Esports. Grigor with 6 eliminations, and the rest of his team, Nyx is doing Nyx and Nafler YS. They were really amazing. So the beautiful start for DDX and ITE as well, with some elimination points here. Zeus and Dodo with 4 and 5. This amazing stuff from all these players, ladies and gentlemen. So these are the top 5 teams that you're looking at for the Rondo match here. So it was pure chaos, but we will be moving in for a short break towards the Erangel match. So stay tuned. Please like and subscribe, share with everyone. You can hype up the live chat, do everything, guys. Whatever you all can. But yeah, I hope you all are entertained. We'll be taking a short break. We'll be coming in for the next match, which is the Erangel match. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second match, the Wrangle match, the match that y'all, probably very interested in. So, looking at the playing path, we have the playing path going from the top of 70 towards the end of Primos. We did see two similar playing paths yesterday on the back-to-back Wrangle matches we had yesterday. So, we'll see if it's going to be the same today as well. Who knows? But, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we do have 18 teams with 67 players right now in the match. And all these players are probably going to go to their respective drop locations. And we'll see if we're going to see any early fights in the early stages of the game. If we do, it'll be pretty interesting because comparing to the yesterday, the Wrangle match, we did have, right, a lot of, fights or like a lot of, uh, I wouldn't say a lot, like a few, a few early fights during the angle match. Now the zone is here as well on the screen right now, so it is quite similar to the first zone we had on the first triangle game yesterday. So we'll see if there's going to be any 70, because I would say the crowded places that I saw drop clashes was on 70, right? Against two interesting teams, and near mentioned Prison Lipoka with LFEQZ involved as well. We did see a lot of action going on, but Woods taking out himself with a sticky bomb. That's interesting, guys. But yeah, as we can see, the teams have been dividing. They are dividing themselves towards their respective drop locations, and the 70 side is going to be packed. Like I said yesterday, it was the same. It's going to be the same right now as well. DYD players, just UT dive, unfortunately, and he's going to be eliminated here, ladies and gentlemen. These players were outstanding on the Rondo match. They were there, top three. But as you can see, a 70 fight is something that we were expecting, something that we knew that we were gonna see. Like I said, guys, yesterday it was the same. It's gonna be the same today as well. It's gonna be one hit GODZ, right, against the team number 12 here, ladies and gentlemen. Three players are on the same building. First knock from Void here is taken down, and some cover shots are coming in as well. But the S12K is on Void's hand, but Void is gonna be knocked out as well, unfortunately. That is gonna be it for two men for one hit GODZ. They were outstanding yesterday, but I think without their main man, Dila, it's kind of hard for them to go on with the match. But I hope he's going to be back on the next couple of games, because there is still 3 games after this match, ladies and gentlemen. So please don't forget to like and subscribe and hype up the live chat. Support your favorite teams, because as we can see, the zone as well here right now. Again, we can see all the teams. Most of the teams, I would say 50% of the teams are in zone as of right now, because it's still stage 1. But Syndicate Cloud taking down 200 players as well here. But Syndicate players are also with just 3. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of 3 men here, guys. What's going on, bro? Today's like the last day. Y'all gotta lock in. Like, lock in, bro. For the pre-finals. But ladies and gentlemen, Syndicate, Soli, Cloud, and Mad are here for the team here. Syndicate was outstanding yesterday as well. We saw that, and we'll see if we're going to see any, like, a lot of action from Syndicate today as well, ladies and gentlemen. Probably one of my favorite teams from this group, from how they have been performing and how they have been aggressive with that. But as we can see, there's knockdowns going back to back here. Some early fights. Kenzo is unfortunately going to be eliminated as well from the DBS from Gogi, and Corazon is knocked out, but the revives will be taken, and that's going to be it for one hit GODZ. Unfortunately, they were not that great in the previous game, the Rondo game as well, but yesterday they were outstanding. So we'll see when this can happen here. But Syndicate players are moving in towards Tuandra's base here, ladies and gentlemen, with a buggy. That was really interesting from Syndicate players here, but Mad just dropped down. Okay, Mad is straight pushing in towards the building, it looks like, but Mad is going to be pushing in with no hesitation here, ladies and gentlemen. Mad is taking some shots here, but will he be able to get the knockdown? Yes, he does, but he's going to be knocked back as well. Cloud is not here for the support on time, but the revive will be taken here, solely knocked out right now. And Cloud is nowhere to be seen, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be hard on Syndicate here. I guess it was not a great idea to go with the buggy like that towards 200 players. I mean, without the information. It was hard on Syndicate players, but even Cloud was an outstanding player yesterday that I really had my eyes on. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see how this match is going to go, and the map right now is presented to us on the screen. Looking at how the teams have been dividing, we don't see a lot of pack teams together, but we do see some action on the left side, far left side of the map. From Zaki all the way to Primos near Georgepool area, we do see teams being packed around that area. So the zone is right in front of them, but it's still the early stages of the zone. So we'll see where the zone is going to shift and how these teams are going to respond to that, ladies and gentlemen, with how the zone is going to shift. It's going to be interesting for all these teams to act accordingly and how their strategies are going to work out in the end of the day. That's what matters, rotations, zonal rotations, how teams are going to engage into these fights, how they are going to get those first lockdowns going without sacrificing themselves. We'll see what and how they will respond to all of that, ladies and gentlemen. In the end of the day, that's what matters, right? So right now, stage 1 zone with still 1 minute and 30 seconds left. And as you can see, Oscar from D&D, team number 11, is having eyes. Yesterday also, I remember they were in the same spot near shooting range, having eyes on 70, because 70 was a crowded place with two teams just battling it out there. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Oscar, they're having eyes on team number 12 here. The team that did eliminate one hit gods, but we'll see how they are going to respond to this. But Oscar does spot someone there. He should probably prone. Yeah, exactly. He should probably prone and get that knock. Will he be able to get the knock though? Shots does connect, but not enough. I mean, he didn't have proper enough time. But Oscar has already given information to team number 12. They're saying that there's going to be players in front of us. It's going to be hard to move out from 70, knowing the fact that D&D have located themselves in a very, very nice area to cover up or to make sure that team number 12 here is in a very difficult situation. But ladies and gentlemen, they will be going from the left side, I would say. Yeah, I mean from the right side of 70 to make out of that place, because it's not the best thing to do to stay in a place where you just had a fight. You should be evacuating as quickly as you can to go into another place here. But team number 3 here, Godly, a player that I saw last match with a numerous number of eliminations. We'll see if he'll be able to do the same in this game as well. But right now it's still stage 2 zone with 2 minutes and 50 seconds going in. Pure aim takes it off out of Omega. Okay, some interesting scenes going there as well. On the far left side of the map, right outside of zone, we have two Sri Lankan very good teams battling it out here. Omega dying out of zone, and Tabs in his beautiful McLaren here, ladies and gentlemen. He is trying his best to locate the 4K players here. Nigesh is pushing in on the hill right now with Kiki. The nades are thrown in and the buggies are taken as well here from Storm and Revo here, ladies and gentlemen. Rocky taking the knock of Tabs here as well. Revo needs to get back and support the team here. Nigesh, oh my goodness me, there's crashes coming. Oh my days. What? Wow. Kiki, oh, Storm taking the knockdown of Nigesh as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Kiki's been knocked out. Rocky's been knocked out as well. Kiki been knocked out as well from Storm. That's a beautiful 1v3, but 1v3. Oh my god, okay. No, wait, that's a 1v3. Okay, no, wait, that's a 1v3. That's a 1v3. But like, ladies and gentlemen, Storm, just all he needs is a DBS and a small cover in the rock, and he cooked, ladies and gentlemen. That's a beautiful 1v3 from Storm. They're saving it up for the team. But I for a second thought 4K was going to be, it's going to be easy for 4K, but you can't underestimate LFEQZ, ladies and gentlemen. And a player like Storm, if he's the last man standing, you can always count on him, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have MAKPEN on ice right now, close to the compounds near apartments. They are holding this position here nicely. And we do have the compounds in front of them as well, which is taken by team number 10. Looking at LF, a team that was really, good yesterday, is kind of late in terms of coming into zone, but they are having a late, rotation in towards zone, and we have, two more other teams that's kind of outside of zone, ITE as well. So we'll see how all these teams are gonna respond to the next couple of stages of the zone, ladies and gentlemen, because from how it's looking, it is gonna be on the upper side of the map, on the far right. I would not the far right, but a bit to the right. So it looks like the zone will shrink towards. I mean, we did have a Rozok zone as well yesterday, so we'll see if we're gonna have something similar or is it gonna be totally different. But now, looking at the zone now, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a lot of teams packed in, and especially around that apartments, Rozok, Yasnaya, like around those roads, it's packed, heavily packed. So LF, I've seen LF with late rotations. Even EQZ right now, both the LF teams right now are taking late rotations here, but LF yesterday also took a far left rotation, but as we can see, MAKPEN on kill, taking down YS and confirming the kill as well. I think that was DDX Esports making their way through from apartments, which is their drop location here, ladies and gentlemen. MAKPEN Drac is, Conra 9 is taking some shots towards apartments here, towards Nafla. There's some sprays going here, back to back from both these players. But wait, I don't know how YS died, because they are in apartments. Was he in the rooftop? I don't know, but YS unfortunately gets eliminated. The team that was outstanding on the last game with the winner chicken dinner. We'll see how they're going to respond to the second match as well, and if they can keep it up. But Conra 9 is getting some shots as well from Nafla and from his team DDX's side from apartments here. So we do have back-to-back shots being fired from both these teams, and we do see quite a lot of fights happening. But we can see LFEQZ with a nice rotation going towards shooting range more than coming from the bottom side of the zone here, ladies and gentlemen. That's quite nice from LFEQZ with 3 men alive right now, which is more than enough for them. But after Storm's 1v3 there, it's going to be quite, nice for them to, have a nice survival game and get more kills. But as we can see, ITE is also right in the midst of the zone here, ladies and gentlemen, near the shed there, right below Dodo. But he will be in his nice, beautiful Lotus here, parked up, and just gonna probably be in this compound here. They're gonna probably hold these compounds right over here. Will be quite nice, but the third parties and getting pushed is gonna be really easy for players in these couple of compounds, even, because back in my day, guys, when I used to play competitive, yeah. Anyway, so Dodo and ITE players will be near the shed, and as we can see, Tabs is also quite close here, but I think they do spot ITE, and Tabs is gonna tell his team that this around the shed there is players, we shouldn't be going from there. So EQZ will have a nice, rotation from the left side of the shed, but the ITE players are currently, and looking at the zone, guys. Okay, so it did go towards around shooting range and 70 in the midst of the upper side of Rozok, like, that area is where it's going to be crowded now. Looking at LFEQZ, ladies and gentlemen, they are in zone, probably trying to hold an early position, but I think Tabs is looking to go in towards 70, maybe hold a position there. But we can see Revo and Storm is also in a, I would say, in an okay position for now. But AXC players are also team number, is that team number 3 or 4? Yeah, but the AXC players are also there. ITE players right now is making their way through towards team number 6 here, ladies and gentlemen. Some shots being fired. Interesting spray here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness me, Momo. I'm an injured sensitivity code, bro. Holy, but he didn't get the knock. But quite slow, ladies and gentlemen. But knockdowns are going back to back here. Juice getting the knockdown as well here. Chod getting the knockdown as well here, ladies and gentlemen. Shang RI cooking a nade, pushing in towards ITE play. This is hard on ITE. The nades are coming in. That might just connect, ladies and gentlemen. Or it does not, unfortunately. But Yang does go in front to get a nade and go back right into where he was with his friend here into the garage to get the revive here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a nice fight here in terms of the garage that's quite close to 70, but we can see Storm on the map as well, right above them near the tunnels of 70 here, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see what's going to happen in terms of that. But yeah, stage 3 zone, 20 seconds left. We have 16 teams and 51 remaining right now. Looking at the zone as well, we see so much packed above Rozok, right above Rozok on the bridge. You go up, there's going to be three three teams-ish here, ladies and gentlemen, but MAKPEN Drac and MAKPEN team, MAKPEN is here as well against NEXUS, a team that was outstanding yesterday as well, but the, confirmation kill from Drac here towards Godson does go through, ladies and gentlemen, but MAKPEN players are well aware of NEXUS players here in front of Drac in these couple of compounds, but shots will be fired here. MAKPEN can, I mean, a surrounding opportunity can be done from MAKPEN here, but we'll see how MAKPEN is going to attack towards NEXUS players here, but NEXUS players looks like GODZ. He's going to make his way out, and we'll see how the rest of the two players are going to respond to this as well in MAKPEN, but yeah. Even Zoro is going to be going out, but the sprays bullet does not connect from Drac, unfortunately. But as we can see, even told, yeah, as we can see, all the NEXUS players are going to be backing out here. But Venom from team number 10 here, unfortunately, does get eliminated here by A7 Pain. And the confirmation kill has been gone through, but shots are being fired towards A7 players as well. And A7 BD gets knocked out from Beast here. Back-to-back knockdowns from both these teams. Rengoku taking the knockdown of LF Sushi. LF players are in a bit of a trouble there, I assume. But looking at towards team number 6 and ITE players, AXE and ITE players, the fight near the 70 garage is still ongoing. But WTH is also right above. You can see Trash right above as well here. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, ITE players and AXE players are also here. But we'll see how this fight is going to go. But looking at the map, it's still stage 4, guys. It's still stage 4. But the zone is very close to 70. But looks like just one team I can see right in the middle of zone. But Syndicate, Cloud is the last man standing. He's still surviving for Syndicate here. Trying to get some placement points. But team number 3 is chasing down Cloud. Doesn't look good for Cloud right now. With TUNDRA here as well. Team number 5. On the left side of him as well, might get some shots fired towards his vehicle, but he's gonna stop in the hut. Okay, interesting stuff from Syndicate Cloud here, ladies and gentlemen. Not a bad position, but I don't think this hut, he should have gone probably to the other one. Okay, no, never mind, the other hut near that, the warehouse is being crowded as well here, but ladies and gentlemen, looking at the zone, MAKPEN players outside of zone as well. Oh, Cloud takes the knockdown of Napler, confirming the kill as well. All right, just pure scenes here from Cloud. Last man standing for Syndicate, doing some damage here. But as you can see, outside of zone, we do have a lot of teams here. Team number 4 and D&D players as well with against NEXUS and TUNDRA players. That's 3 teams literally facing each other there as well, right outside of zone, towards the far bottom side of the zone here, ladies and gentlemen. But knockdowns are going back to back. Papaya 77k of WTH here, team number 9, ladies and gentlemen. 4 players alive. Vehicle is being patched, but it's not the best thing to get into the vehicle back again. Broski, what are you doing? Papaya will be knocked out here, ladies and gentlemen. But team number 9 players, WTH players are crashing in towards team number 10 players. We'll see how this fight's gonna go. The first knockdown is taken as well here. And 40M and oh my goodness. Okay. They were just like, let's just crash them and just end their whole story. But yeah, team number 9, beautiful crash there. And the whole team just, getting in towards the fight and, making sure Papaya is safe and the revive will be taken here. But as you can see, AXE players, Momo and Baka, we have here AXE players in the garage right now, but ITE players are also there. But it looks like the push isn't going. Knockdowns, they aren't focused on each other, more like they're focused on their surroundings here. So nades and cocktails are being still thrown towards each other, but it's still stage 4, 10 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, we can see NEXUS, even D&D players, but MAKPEN, Corner 9 is knocked down as well right now. Yeti and Onkel right in the hut, but LFEQC players are throwing nades right now. But Revo is being eliminated by WTH Trash, and Storm and Tabs are the last men standing for EQC in a very difficult situation. But a beautiful nade from Tabs, but he does get knocked out right after that as well. But Tabs takes 2 MAKPEN players down. That's going to be it for MAKPEN, but Tabs with a beautiful nade. That's a 1v2 from Tabs there towards MAKPEN. But ladies and gentlemen, Tabs being knocked out. Storm will be able to take the revive of Tabs there. But as you can see, AXE, Baka and Team AXE and IT are still there. The fight haven't started or nothing happened, but nades and everything is thrown towards each other. But we can see Storm right now, Tabs with 5 kills, Storm with 3, cooking in for the LFEQZ team here. 2 men standing. Will these 2 players be able to do something for the team? But looking at the zone, we have DDX players also with, I think it's just, okay, yeah. Grieger just, yeah, Grieger, I think, I don't know what happened to Grieger, but we can see NEXUS also for DDX. I think that's last man standing for them. But the zone is stage 5. Nades are being cooked from AXE players. They need to get this start ongoing, ladies and gentlemen, because the zone is coming. None of these teams, both these teams aren't doing anything about the fight here, because one of these teams have to start the fight in terms of them to move out of here, because it's stage 5 zone. The zone is going to be pushing it from 20 seconds left. Both these teams are not doing anything about it, but as we can see, LFEQZ with 2 players, and WTH we can see above, on the higher side of the zone, on the upper side of the zone, and on the far left side we have 2 teams there, ITE and AXE right here that we're having eyes on. TUNDRA players are also on the bottom right side of the map, of the zone, as we can see. Eyes on DDX players as well. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll see stage 5 zone. It is a pretty interesting zone in my opinion, with how all the teams are responding to that. But as we can see, DMT Hunter gets knocked out as well. Sushi getting knocked out from Trash. From the LF side here, ladies and gentlemen, there's back-to-back knockdowns going here, but nades are being thrown. Oh my goodness. Teams, oh my days, nades are being thrown. Everything is being thrown. Syndicate Cloud taking down TUNDRA players as well. Cloud is surviving still, and he is doing his absolute best here. Cloud taking down A7 players as well here, ladies and gentlemen. NEXUS, oh no, sorry, that was NEXUS, my bad. But NEXUS is being eliminated as well here from Storm and Tabs. Ladies and gentlemen, LFEQZ are also doing an amazing job at the last end. Storm taking down NEXUS as well, Syndicate Cloud taking down Beast, and Mandarin taking down Trash, Zeus getting the elimination of Momo here, ladies and gentlemen. Last 9 teams, 19 remaining with stage 6 zone right now. As we can see, Rengoku, team 12, OUT, does have eyes on WTH players. They are coughing. Right, we got Trash as well, Bapaya. These 3 players have been outstanding for WTH right in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Even yesterday they were good, right? They were decently well. But as we can see, OUT players, Rengoku and the rest of his team, Gogi, all 4 are alive right now. Hunter taking the knockdown of D&D players as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having back-to-back fights here. Syndicate Cloud is still surviving. Guys, Storm and Tabs, 4 kills and 5 kills respectively for both of these players. Syndicate Cloud does get eliminated from Tabs' spray, and that's going to be it for Syndicate Cloud, ladies and gentlemen. Storm and Tabs is cooking for LFEQZ right now with 2 men alive, holding it as much as they can, getting a nice position here. But Mandarin getting some shots here. Will he be able to get the knockdown? Yes, he does. He does get the knockdown of WTH Bapaya, and that's going to be it for Bapaya here. I think that was a very stupid, not a stupid, but yeah, a pretty stupid rush there. But Trash is also making his way in. Coffin is still stuck there, but my goodness me, Mandarin with the shots from his M460 spray here, back-to-back fights, pure chaos here, ladies and gentlemen. Knockdowns are going from Hunter, and Gil taking out Gogi, Zeus taking out from Trash, and blowing up the vehicle as well, taking some eliminations here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my days. Toto being sprayed down and eliminated as well there, ladies and gentlemen, from DND. That is going to be it for DND. But it's 5 teams and 11 remaining right now. But yeah, ITE players are still surviving as well. Mandarin taking down Coffin of ITE. Last player standing for ITE showed right now. But team number 12 is also in the warehouse right now. Mandarin is in the warehouse. But as you can see, EQZ is still surviving. EQZ is doing some really good damage towards all these teams that were doing really well at the start of the game itself. But EQZ, the way they managed with what they have in terms of players and everything, they're doing a really amazing job. But we'll see how they're going to reply to all these players around them. So we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter throwing some nades here. The nades does connect, and Godly is 1 HP, but this next nade might just connect, and Hunter might take out Godly there, ladies and gentlemen. Did he? He did not, but Hunter is trying to push towards Godly's side. But that's a beautiful spray taken from Rengoku there, from going to the warehouse rooftop, ladies and gentlemen. This is beautiful positioning from Rengoku here in team number 12. OUT players does spot ITE shot. ITE shot takes out of Mandarin as well. But Rengoku does have eyes on shot. There's last 3 teams. EQZ is still surviving, and we got Godly as well right now, surviving for the team. We have OUT players having eyes on LFTQZ right now. Storm and Tabs, they need to cook for the team. They're smoking up right in front of the hut right now, but it does look hard on them, ladies and gentlemen. But Storm and Tabs, they really need to smoke up around them in terms of getting in towards zone or getting a bit more in front. But as you can see, OUT players are having eyes everywhere. But Tabs takes a knockdown of Gogi here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. LFTQZ players, Tabs, contributing so much at the end of the game right now, taking the knockdown of Gogi, and Tabs confirming the kill as well. Right now, it's 3 teams, 6 remaining, ladies and gentlemen. LFTQZ and OUT players are in a bit of a huge fight here, but we can see Godly here as well from team number 3, trying his way to just sneak in towards the fight, maybe just do something about this. But as you can see, the main fight right now is LFTQZ versus OUT. Looking at stage 8 zone right now. Nades are being thrown from Storm here, ladies and gentlemen. He does connect to Mandarin. Mandarin is kind of low. But Storm, the vehicle explosion gets Mandarin. But Corazon does need to go back and maybe get the revive here. But Tabs takes an, oh my days. Nades are going back to back from LFTQZ, taking the elimination of Godly. The last place standing is going to be 2 teams, ladies and gentlemen. 5 remaining, OUT and LFTQZ. Storm is going to be pushing in from the upper side near the tree. He is coming his way through with a spray from the M416, droning near the Dacia. He is doing his best here right now, ladies and gentlemen, with the nades. And Storm right now has to handle 2 players right now up against him. He is getting some shots onto himself. But ladies and gentlemen, stage 8 zone, Rengoku taking the knockdown of Tabs. Oh my goodness, it doesn't look good for LFTQZ, but Storm, ladies and gentlemen, is there as well. And that's going to be it for LFTQZ. Unfortunately, they have done really well, but OUT have crowned as winner chicken dinner for the second match, my bad. Second match, and the second position does go to EQZ. So all the rest of the teams did really well. They were outstanding, and the Wrangle match was pure chaos. It was more chaos than yesterday, I could say that. But ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking a short break towards the next match. We'll be right back for the back-to-back Erangel game. So yeah, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be right back, guys. Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zeus Winter Cup, the semis, of course, of Group B. We are back for the third match, the back-to-back triangle match, the second one for the day. Looking at the playing path, we unfortunately don't have the same one like last time. We have playing path that is going from the end of Primorsk towards Stalber's, the roadside place of Stalber, ladies and gentlemen. So, looking at how the the playing path is, we will expect a lot of fights. We'll expect a lot of crazy things happening in this game as well. I mean, so far I'm pretty entertained. I'm sure y'all are as well with how you know Rondo match and the Rankle match went in terms of today's 5 matches. So we are here for the third match, and I mean, it is expected to be a lot of chaos, and the zone is presented to you as well right now. Primosk is only going to be LFPQZ's premises right now, but as we can see, the rest of the teams will be going on and dividing themselves on towards their respective job locations. DYD does have eyes on MAKPEN right below them, but we'll see how everything's gonna go. But looking at how the zone and everything and the playing path is, it looks like we might have a few drop clashes on the early stages of the game right now. But team one hit, yes, I do see Dila on the screen. So one hit gods will do some sort of a comeback on the next couple of games as well here. But ladies and gentlemen, yeah, talking about the previous games and yesterday, comparing the if I would say the intensity, we have OUT and one hit gods. I mean, the most anticipated or the most 100% guaranteed top clash that you will see from yesterday and today as well in the Wrangle matches, because both of these teams just go to 70 and they do fight it out here. So we'll see how that's going to go. But we do have DND and DMT here as well in terms of other teams near shooting range as well. But right now, MAKPEN players are making their way through from Rosok side towards the compounds here where they usually normally hold. So we'll see how everything is going to go in terms of that side as well. But right now, guys, the most interesting part would be how all these teams will react and respond. Woods taking the knockdown of Mandarin. Dila confirming the kill of Mandarin with the shotgun pump there as well in terms of the 75, the ladies and gentlemen. So we do see the first knockdown going from one hit gods here, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, OUT players are with just 3 men. Googie coming in towards this compound that's right in front of Void. We'll see how Void is going to react to this as well. But right now, we do have all these 4 players, Void, Kenzo, Dila, and Woods, 4 one-hit gods here against OUT players. But Gogi is right in front of Void, but Void will need some sort of a support or help in terms of handling this one person here. But we'll see how everything is going to go in terms of these 2 players in 70, but it looks like the fight is not going to happen anytime soon. But we have LF. Again, they are mostly like outside of the zone. They normally come late. They take their time. They just they take really late rotations, which I have seen a lot from LF even yesterday and today as well in all the maps. Unless they are in zone or unless they are in a fight or something, that's a different story. But yeah, this we can see Yafna, Rozok, and school apartments around that side. That whole road, to be honest, is packed with players in terms of how all the players are being divided into that side. We can see DDX in apartments, MAKPEN inside Rozok, and DYD players also making their way in towards the apartment section here, going right in middle of DDX and MAKPEN. But it looks like Godly is just gonna Syndicate go in his Porsche, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how that's gonna go here for DYD players. It doesn't look like it's a bit of it doesn't look like it's gonna be a hard, hard challenge for them. But yeah, in terms of the zone, it's still stage 1. It all looks like everything is all perfectly fine right now. But ladies and gentlemen, looking at the knockdowns, the kills is going back to where we can see 4K here as well against AXE players. Rocky taking a kill as well, confirming the kill, ladies and gentlemen. This is in Gatka. So we'll see how that's going to go as well for both these teams here. But yeah, 4K is also a really good team that noticed a lot of, them just doing really amazing in terms of the kills, how they take their rotations, how they engage in fights, especially engage with those S2K shots there. But Void taking out Gogi as well, and the 70 fight is right now happening. But it looks like Gogi has been eliminated as well. It's going to be last two players standing, Rengoku and Tarazone here. Corazon, 70. 70 or is it 70? I think it's 70. But OUT players are in a very difficult situation here. Last match it was OUT, but this time it's going to be back to one hit GODZ. That's going to be 75. But Dilla is taking the vehicle here, but he is quite low. Rengoku gets Dilla really low, but if Rengoku can handle this 1v1 with Dilla, that would be really nice for the team, eliminating a really important player for the team here. But Rengoku is going to be pushing with the pump shotgun towards Dilla's side. We'll see if Dilla is going to handle this well or not. But ladies and gentlemen, how is this going to go here? But Dilla does get some shots here. Kenzo, all right. So the rest of the two players of One Hit GODZ are also coming into Dilla's help here. But Dilla does take 1v1 perfectly well. The shots does connect towards Rengoku, and Rengoku sadly does eliminate for the team here. But it's going to be 3 men dead for our OUT, and it's the last man standing. So that's still a possibility, right? But anyways, we'll see how that's going to go. But it looks like One Hit GODZ did a really nice job in terms of maintaining the position in 70. But we can see Momo here, some shots towards Immortal as well from DYD. This is near Gatka again. A couple of compounds right outside of Gatka. He's going to get into his Aston Martin Valkyrie here, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see how all these teams, all these 18 teams, 65 players, right, in terms of the back-to-back Erangel action here, how is that going to work and how is that going to happen, right? How everything is going to play out for all these teams here. But it looks like, there's a lot of action going in towards the Pochinki, like the bottom side of Pochinki. There's a lot of teams there as well, but we can see Momo taking some shots towards other players also in Gatka here. But yeah, guys, not a lot of chaos as expected, but it's still the start of the game. But as you can see, LF taking a late rotation, but LFEQZ is also in the move right now, right? They're also, looking to maybe do some sort of a damage here, but Nigesh taking the knockdown as well here, guys. So we do have a lot of interesting scenes happening here from all of these teams at this time of around the stages of the zone, especially. But we can see Kenzo taking out Corazon, and that's going to be it for OUT. The 70 side fight that we always used to see every time, it's going to be One Hit GODZ this time. That's going to be crowned as victory people in terms of that fight. But as you can see, ITE players, Zeus is being knocked out as well. The kills will be confirmed here. Soda is going to probably run away. This is against 4K players, but Dodo with the orb with no scope does some damage, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to, help his team here. Omega taking the knockdown of Godly as well. We do see some action going there as well, but the bridge and how it is surrounded in terms of in front of the bridge, it's going to be hard for LF to come as well. But EQZ Storm making his way through close with the vehicles here, but Revo is in the heart trying to do some damage, trying to make some shots here. But if he does get knocked down, it's going to be a very big disadvantage for LFEQZ. But Immortal right now with the grenade is trying to throw it towards Omega, which is really close here, but the nade might just connect. But Omega does a huge mistake there, does not realize the other player that was inside as well. But Storm is looking to push on, probably looking for a crash here, but I think there was a comms issue or something, but something happened there, ladies and gentlemen. But Storm gets knocked out as well here. Revo is there and Tabs there as well here, but Just is also there with cooking a grenade. DYD players are really utilizing this fight towards their maximum potential right now. The nade, okay, bro. He couldn't connect the grenade, but as we can see, Tabs is here as well, and Revo does giving some cover shots towards Tabs. It's some nice play from from EQZ, but it's going to be it for EQZ, ladies and gentlemen. Tabs and Revo are unfortunately eliminated by DYD players here, but Dodo taking the knock of Nigesh as well. That's the fight near the far left side of the map, near George Pool, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I think ITE players have been eliminated, if I'm not mistaken, with 4K there. Oh no, wait, yeah, I'm kind of confused on that. But ladies and gentlemen, moving on, we have the ND players here as well, with one of their players being knocked out. No here, trying to find an angle here, but seeing one hit gods making their way through here with all these three players, all the four players within the bridge making their way through, but the shots are being fired towards No OP here. But Oscar gets knocked out as well. This is unfortunate scenes for both these teams here, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't look nice for both these teams here, but guys, I mean, come on. It was kind of, expected from how, one hit gods really did just come through from pitch and really spotted the players. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see how everything is going to go in terms of the rest of the stages of the match in stage 2. And as we can see, Dodo OP just has handled his fight here, takes an knockdown of Woods as well. He'll be able to confirm the kill as well. Oh my days, Woods is kind of blocking Void there in terms of the door, unfortunately. But no, he's going to be eliminated from A7. This is the third party coming in from A7, team number 14 here as well, ladies and gentlemen. The revive will be taken, but A7 is a nice opportunity for a push towards one hit gods here, ladies and gentlemen. The push is gonna go in, and A7 players are ready to push towards one hit gods here, but it looks like Void and Woods need to really handle this perfectly. If so, it's gonna be a huge fumble in terms of their end. But Woods does get knocked out from the nade, and Nigesh does get knocked out as well. In terms of their fight back there, but ladies and gentlemen, Void right now outside of the house, but Pain thinking that Void was outside, but the nade unfortunately gets him knocked out as well here. But yeah, right now, ladies and gentlemen, Woods is low as well, and A7 players, one Pain is knocked out. The revive will be taken, but it's not looking good for one hit gods as well, unfortunately. So yeah, we're looking back-to-back action. How the whole left side is totally free out. Those just shooting into the zone, and there's also making their way through. Those by towards the players here eliminated. One hit gods there with a nice, beautiful. Oh, Natla gets knocked out as well from Yeti spray, from MAKPEN Yeti spray, confirming the kill as well. So yeah, we see some back-to-back fights, back-to-back action from all these teams here in stage 2 zone with a couple seconds left for you to close, and as you can see, 12 teams 41 teams. So come on, it is really game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, that was small technical issue. My headset just got disconnected. But anyways, guys, I'm so sorry. But yeah, like I said, got Nexus players well here. They've been a bit silent from them, but it's soon to be expected that they'll be doing really, amazing stuff here in terms of them. But ladies and gentlemen, it is still stage 3 zone. I'm going to repeat the stuff that I said before because I thought my headset was connected, but it was disconnected and the mic. Looking at how DDX and MAKPEN players are moving in towards AX. Hello. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the technical difficulty here, but as you can see, we got WTH coughing here as well, stage 3 zone still, and there's still, like a couple of seconds left till in terms of the zone as well and everything here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I mean, we did see a lot of interesting fights at the start of the game, but comparing to how yesterday was and today in terms of the double, back-to-back Erangel games, we did see far more great, interesting fights and far more interesting, like how these teams reacted to all the different stages of the zone in terms of how today the Rondo match and the Erangel first match started. So we'll see how everything is going to go in terms of that, ladies and gentlemen, for both these teams here. But right now, we do see literally some nice action here from all these teams here. It's still stage 4 zone, and looking at the zone, ladies and gentlemen, quite a few. I would say only 2 to 3 teams are in zone, but the teams will be moving their way into a zone. It's going to be a zone near Gatka in a completely open field area, but covers can be taken. But the fights will most probably happen outside of zone in terms of how I can see the teams have been putting their places in. So we'll see how how they're gonna hold and how they're gonna play here. But ladies and gentlemen, team number 3 players DYD are having eyes on team number 10. The sprays are gonna be going here from DYD players. We'll see if they're gonna connect or maybe gonna knock here. Beast getting the knockdown as well here, ladies and gentlemen. This is pure chaos from both these teams, from all these teams. So we see back-to-back sprays, back-to-back fights going on. So it's expected at this stage of zone. It's stage 4, right? We do see a lot of action. We do see a lot of interesting things happening. So it is expected, like always. But as we can see, LF players are they are a team that I just kind of just look and be like, wow, that they're taking their time most of the time. They just take their time in terms of coming into a zone. They take their time in terms of taking the late rotations. But sprays are going in from A7 players here as well towards AXC players, team number 6. The bullets does not unfortunately connect, but Nexus players are taking some knockdowns as well there from the side. I told you guys. They were kind of silent. They were silent yesterday as well. No, wait, they were not. They were silent today a bit at the start of the game, but as you can see, they are starting to get some elimination points here. But oh my goodness me. The knockdowns are going here as well from A7 here as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we can see, there are a few back-to-back fights.
Forget it. Yeah.
Few back-to-back.
Shall we do? Are we going? Are we doing anything tomorrow? No, yeah.
Back-to-back eliminations and back-to-back fights here from all these teams, ladies and gentlemen. So I think personally, there's gonna be a lot of fight at the end of the stages of the zone as well. It's still stage 4, so as we can see, Godly taking out Sushi as well from LF. But they still managed from even like yesterday also. They were taking really late rotations, and that's how they normally play their game, and that's which like it's quite literally interesting to see how they take their rotations and how they engage into fights here. But A7 players are also doing really good in this game. 7 teams remaining with 26 alive, ladies and gentlemen. It's pure chaos right now. Stage 5 zone. 1 minute left as well. So guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe because I am entertained. I'm pretty sure you all are entertained as well. So yeah, we can see Bapaya taking the knockdown of MAKPEN Yeti as well. There's some action going down there as well. Nexus Zoro is low right now. He's trying to heal up. And Nexus players have been getting some eliminations here. So we'll see how they're going to utilize this position in terms of being inside of zone with a nice, place. I would say this is a nice place to, the sniper tower is a nice place to hold and, handle some fights, having some eyes on outs, like people that's really far away to, maybe get some knockdowns and get some eliminations there as well. But as we can see, WTH with 3 players alive right now, making their way into a zone, and Coffin's buggy is kind of ruined here, but he might just change the buggy because it's smoking right now. But ladies and gentlemen, we did see a lot of few interesting fights here, but Gritty being knocked down as well from the M4 with an M4 there, getting the he's being knocked out as well here, but the revive will be taken from just here as well from DYD. DYD was really good yesterday in terms of my eyes as well, but they are really doing quite the same job today as well in terms of getting those elimination points, getting those important placement points as well, surviving till the end of the game. But as you can see, TUNDRA players are also making their way in towards zone, holding the edge of zone near this rock. Players need to divide themselves in terms of finding a nice position, but looks like there's people being knocked out everywhere right now. Stage 5 zone, 8 seconds left, and as we can see, pure chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, B is taking the knockdown of flank as well there. WTH, Papaya getting the... Oh my days, Papaya getting the being knocked out as well here from Wooks, from Tundra here, ladies and gentlemen, from team number 5. Tundra is doing really nice in today's Wrangle game. With looking at the elimination points for the team also, they are doing really nice. But looking at the zone, like I said, guys, it's not going to be fights inside of zone. It's going to be fights outside of zone. Right now, as you can see, Momo taking some shots from the UMP as well, but does not unfortunately connect, but he's going to be knocked out as well. S12K shots from Zexi here does connect, and he'll be able to get that as well from A7. A7 is also doing really amazing, but Pain unfortunately dies as well. DD is gone as well. 2 is there as well. But that's going to be it for A7. They were really nice in this game, but as you can see, 5 teams, 16. Oh, never mind. 4 teams, 15 remaining. MAKPEN on kill. MAKPEN is also doing really good in terms of yesterday and today, getting those elimination points, getting those confirmation kills. But they have to focus on this fight here. Drak being naded and is not looking good from Drak's side, but Drak is going to heal up as soon as he can. But as we can see, it is quite chaos, quite the chaotic scenes here at the stage 6 zone. Gritty and DYD players, 4 men alive, they're making their way into a zone, holding a nice position here, not doing too much here, ladies and gentlemen. But Nexus players have been a bit silent today. They weren't yesterday, they are a bit silent today, but the kills and the confirmation kills are going in from Tundra side as well. But MAKPEN has been unfortunately eliminated as well here, ladies and gentlemen. Gritty has been knocked out and the kill has been confirmed. But ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm going to say it because now it's stage 6 with literally stage 7 is here. And as we can see, 3 teams, 10 remaining, right? We can see Nexus with that beautifully handled, like in terms of only the position at the early stage of the zone, getting that sniper tower location. It really did help them to get to this stage of the game. Stage 7 zone with 3 teams and 10 remaining. They were really nicely, planning their way into a zone and holding that position really did mean a lot to them to get this far in with 4 men alive. But we'll see how they're going to face towards DYD's side here. But Nexus Zoro taking down DYD just as well. Nexus Toad here as they are taking down Godly, and the kills has been confirmed. That's it for DYD players, ladies and gentlemen. Nexus just did a small push and that's it. Now it's Tundra versus Nexus here, ladies and gentlemen. 2 really good teams, outstanding teams, performing really well with the kills, both these teams here. But we'll see what team is going to be crowned as winner chicken dinner. But as we can see, Wook is currently in the vehicle trying to roam around, and Beast is cooking with the nades here. And I think that's a Japanese name, so I'm just going to call him the Japanese guy. But Nexus Godson here with the Nexus team here. Tob with Godson as well here. Tob with 4 kills. Tob was outstanding yesterday as well. But we'll see how Nexus will respond to this zone, to this stage 7 zone, how they're going to move in towards this fight in terms of what they have as a 3-man here. So it's a 3v3. Imagine this is a wow, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine this is a wow. So as you can see, Wooks here taking some shots from his org, spraying down, but he does need to get back to his McLaren P1. I'm going to be so specific because that car is so nice. But as you can see, Wooks is just going to go on a reverse here, getting out. But okay, bro. You might have to stop with all that and might have to focus here. But Beast taking the knockdown of Tob as well here. Back-to-back knockdowns gone from there. Oh my days. Nexus' side, it doesn't look nice. Nexus, 2 players knocked out right now. Godson is the last player standing. And the push is coming on, but the spray does connect. And this is Godson, ladies and gentlemen, taking the first knockdown of Tundra as well. But Japanese guy does need to hold his position and do something here. But he is in the open. Oh my goodness, okay. That was crazy scenes from both these teams. But Tundra is going to be crowned as winner chicken dinner of the 3rd match, the back-to-back Erangel game. Ladies and gentlemen, they've been outstanding today and even yesterday as well. Same goes to the 2nd podium finish team, Nexus, as well, with DYD as 3rd and MAKPEN as 4th. And the AXC as 5th. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the top 5 teams that have been outstanding today in today's 2nd Erangel match. But we'll be taking a short break. Congratulations to Tundra and the rest of the teams for performing well in this match as well. So we'll be back after a small short break for the back-to-back Miramar action as well. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Please like and subscribe. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So there was a small technical issue there by us, but we are back. For the first Miramar match, this is going to be a next one as well. So looking at the map, missed the playing path, but the zone looks like it's on the far right side, the far upper right side of the Miramar map here, ladies and gentlemen. But looks like LFEQZ did have a small fight here with Revo with a kill here. So yeah, we got some San Martin action here as well against LF. So it's LFEQZ versus LF here. We'll see how that's going to go as well, ladies and gentlemen. So yesterday's Miramar match, talking about that and how it is right now with all these, these teams, the same team that were there yesterday. It is quite interesting to see how all these teams, replying today. But hold on, ladies and gentlemen, there's a fight going on here. Tabs being knocked out as well. Revo is getting knocked out as well. Omega and Revo being knocked out. Jiggy confirming the Revo's knockout as well, ladies and gentlemen. LF taking down two very important players of LFEQZ. Kivesy here as well, coming in for the help for the team. But ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't look good here. Omega's kill has been confirmed by Sushi from LF. Ladies and gentlemen, Kivesy here 1v1, but oh my goodness, pump shotgun power. Tab just jumps up and slaps him and gives him the shot there and does take the knockdown and does confirm the kill as well. But Tabs does have another issue here, but taking Jiggy down as well. That's a beautiful 1v2, but Sushi is pushing in as well. This is it for Tabs. Tabs, will he be able to take a nice 1v3 here? Or will he be able to, or will Sushi be able to eliminate Tabs and move on from the match here? Tabs does get out, but Sushi does not do anything about that. They're going to probably take their time here, but Tabs is going to probably back off a bit in terms of getting away from this place without having even proper loot or even proper vest or proper helmets. So, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, 1v1 Sushi here against Tabs. Who will win this fight here? We'll see if Tabs does get down. Tabs is trying to buy some more time here, but Sushi is jumping across the window. Both of their shots are not connecting towards each other. This is literally when me and bro play 1v1. But anyways, oh my days, FPP action here, but Tabs does connect. That's a beautiful 1v3 from Tabs to LF, ladies and gentlemen. Tabs with a 1v3 there for the team, saving it up for LFEQZ. But moving on, we have a DDX Esports in Los Leones here. It's still stage 1, so we did, witness a few. That was the first, but I'm pretty sure there was like a few early, drop clashes. Some early action on from the start of the game, but we can see the zone as well and how the teams are being spreaded here. We can see a lot of teams are crowded on the left side of the zone near La Cobra to Hacienda side. And even above truck stop below El Azhar, we can see a lot of pack sides and out of zone below Los Leones also. There's a lot of teams, but even in Minas, there's a team. I don't know how you're gonna come back to zone, bro, low-key. But we got team number 9 here, WTH, as well with 3 men. I saw a few times a lot of teams are with trios, and unfortunately, they couldn't get their other man into the slot on time. But make sure to be on time, guys. Come on, this is about to be pre-finals game, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday and today, so all need to lock in. But yeah, we got still the stage 1 zone again with 16 teams and 58 remaining. Right now, there's not a lot of things happening, but we can see a lot of teams making their way into a zone or just looting up and just getting their gear ready for the fight that's going to be upcoming soon in the next couple of stages. We'll see how all these teams are going to react and reflect on how all these stages, the zones will come to them and how they're going to respond to them. Give a reply in terms of how the rotations will be and how these teams will evolve in terms of how the stages of the zone will occur. But as we can see like I said, there's a team in Minas. I don't know how they're gonna come back, but it's a long way. They might have to start moving right now. regardless of the loot that they have. But as we can see, Syndicate, like I said, a team that I had my eyes on ever since yesterday. They've been really good, especially Cloud and Soli. These are players that really do make an impact for the team here. But as you can see, they're getting some shots fired towards them, but it's not going to be an issue towards Syndicate because none of those shots do register to them. But as we can see, a few teams are outside of zone. They're making their way into a zone as well. But right now, below El Azhar, we can see that there is a lot of teams packed right now, I would say. But yeah, we got OUT here as well, team number 12, having some shots against Syndicate players here, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see how this is gonna work out for both these teams here. Really good teams, OUT and Syndicate, ladies and gentlemen. Even OUT has really been outstanding in terms of their performance compared to yesterday and today as well. So I've really realized how much a lot of these teams can be impactful in terms of 5 games and how they would respond to certain scenarios and situations and how that team would reflect upon their mistakes. So it's really nice to see all these teams battling it out yesterday and today for the pre-finals of this Zeus Paid Cup here, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see how all of these teams, in both of these groups, Group A and Group B, really utilize with what they have and perform well to get in towards the pre-finals. So as we can see, we have eyes on Syndicate right now, but stage 2 zone, a lot of teams are trying to make their way in towards zone. We might see some out of zone fights, some action, some sprays, some unexpected fights. We'll see if we'll see those, but I'm pretty sure we might because of how packed it is close to like Lost side. So we'll see how that's gonna go. But as you can see, right now, Soli does get knocked out from a grenade, but the revive will be taken. I think that was not an enemy. It was just they were trying to take the vehicle, I think. Yeah. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, stage 2 zone still, and nothing really crazy happening because at the early stages of Miramar, you either see an early fight or you either just don't see nothing because it's still the early stages and you won't see anything really like crazy happening because, come on, it's Miramar, it's the biggest map. So as you can see, Yenten is taking a scope towards Nafla's side. Nafla is getting some shots from Yenten, but Nafla is going to be still moving. He is not going to be bothered about that. Not going to get he's not going to get damaged. He's still going to be moving with the team in terms of their rotation, how DDX will react. Even DDX has been really amazing. They did get the first winner chicken in the first round of the game as well, but Nyx is getting damaged as well. But Nigesh taking the knockdown of Yenten there. Oh, Yenten just got knocked down as well. So we got 4K up here as well. As we can see around this area, there's a lot of teams, facing each other in terms of the rotations also here. But as we can see, ladies and gentlemen, Mars taking the knockdown of Soli and wait, what? They're taking their own teammates out. But anyways, Nigesh cooking for the team like always. 3 eliminations there from Nigesh, ladies and gentlemen. Cooking in for the team, eliminating a whole team as well there. So Dila taking the knockdown of Zivoti here. And yeah, we got OUT players as well, team number 12, making their way through in towards the enemy's side and trying to get a better angle here. But Tundra players, oh my god, the Japanese guy did get knocked out from Rengoku's insane spray there from the M416. Crazy stuff from Rengoku, ladies and gentlemen. But Zivoti is knocked out in Tundra. Here, team number 5. Will his team be able to get a revive? But as you can see, Tabs taking a lot of Nyx there. That's a Sri Lankan action going there, ladies and gentlemen. YS eliminating Tabs as well. Tabs taking out Nyx. And there's a bit of a fight going here, but Dila is covered right behind the buggy, trying to get information as much as he can and trying to locate all these players here. But we'll see how Dila is going to respond here. But the vehicle is parked and he's going to jump out of the vehicle, but Dila is going to take advantage of this and he takes the first knockdown of Corazon here from OUT. That was not a nice way to park. And right close to Dila is a big mistake. But we got Tundra Wooks here cooking some smokes for his team to make sure he can come back and maybe evacuate and escape from this place, because it looks like there's a lot of teams occupied here with how everything is going. It is pure chaos, ladies and gentlemen, for all these teams here. With the stage being still stage 2 and 30 seconds left till the zone closes in. But yeah, right now there's not a lot of things happening. There's not a lot of fights, but we did see some interesting fights. We can see the zone as well. It is I would say in a very common it's like a very most common zone, but most of the teams, I mean all the teams are quite literally inside a zone. And we'll see, 4K side really does look, Hacienda's side, San Martin side does look really not crowded. But as we can see, right above water treatment is a bit crowded here with A7 and team number 15 here as well. But A7 does look like they're going to make a push towards team number 15, Syndicate. Ladies and gentlemen, Syndicate, I have been seeing kill messages of them knocking their teammates. I don't know if they're doing RP missions, guys, but... I'm joking, obviously not. But as we can see, Syndicate players are being rushed from A7 players here as well. But ITE players are also right behind them, and ITE players are getting knocked out as well. And this is a perfect position for A7 to maybe third-party ITE players instead of Syndicate players. But Syndicate players can take advantage of this as well. But A7 players are moving in more forward, but Zexy XLZZ is getting some shots here. Zeus is making his way in with the coup to give some support for ITE here, but as you can see, A7 is also there, so this is going to be an interesting fight here. A7 players are getting some shots here, but Zeus does have an angle. Karal with his 4-scope. Syndicate Ayo getting Zexy with the Mini 14. Like I said, Syndicate is a beautiful opportunity to take the third party there. I think they are looking to, get some eliminations, maybe get some knockouts to, make it tougher for the other opposite team to handle the fight. But Syndicate players are also, this is A7 Syndicate and ITE players battling it out here, ladies and gentlemen. Right now in this stage 3 zone, we can see the Su is cooking the nade. Wow, perfect jump with a perfect time nade, but it does not connect. But the nade is going to come inside though. He is low, but he is going to throw the nade first. But it doesn't look good on Su. Mad taking out of IT Dodex as well there. But the nade is going to come in, and that's going to be hard for Su to counter that nade and counter that position in terms of escaping there, maybe doing something, but it's hard for him. Pain right now for A7 cooking up a nade, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how A7 is going to respond to this. Syndicate is pushing in with a beautiful third party. Like I said, guys, it's really the perfect situation for them, but A7 players are kind of cooked right now. But the nades are being back and forth from both these teams. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Syndicate players are taking their time. Cloud and Ayo is pretty low, but the nades are still coming in. We'll see what team is going to be crowned as victorious from this fight here, because really good two teams fighting here, Syndicate and A7. We'll see how they're gonna, fight it out here. But Ayo gets knocked out from D&D as well, ladies and gentlemen. D&D has joined the party as well here with a fourth party, I think, because like ITE players are also still here with A7 in the middle, and we got Syndicate on the side as well. A7 being sandwiched right now with both these teams here. We'll see how it's gonna happen. It's quite interesting, ladies and gentlemen, in the our fourth match presented to you all, which is quite the deciding match as well, if I had to say, because comparing to even yesterday, the Miramar match was quite interesting. It's the match right before the end game match, so we'll see how that's going to go. Nafla is being knocked out from 4K players as well, but more than that, this is the most important fight, ladies and gentlemen. A7 Pain here with his teammate BB being knocked out right now. We'll see how he's going to respond to this, ladies and gentlemen. He might have to take the revive, but ITE players do spot him. Pain here trying to, maybe register his shots or trying to do something, but the revive might be able to take. But the nades are coming in. Beautiful nade. They're getting the confirmation kill of BB of A7. But Pain, we'll see what Pain can do here, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to heal up. He has a DBS on his hand. He might be able to clutch this up, but it's all goes down to how well he's gonna handle this fight. The cocktail does not hit him, but Pain is in a very difficult situation. The zone does take out Chad. He might confirm the kill. I don't know why he did that. He could have actually taken the fight properly, but he was like, I'm gonna sacrifice myself with getting the kill, but he did get the kill. And D&D players are gonna evacuate from here, knowing the fact that it's pointless to have that fight. but ITE players also lose a player, but that's going to be it for both those teams. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, moving on towards the zone and how everything is. MAKPEN Yeti taking down Immortal there as well. In terms of that fight, DND Caesar being knocked out right now. Rengoku taking out Caesar as well. This is pure chaos from all these teams, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if Dace, ICY77. Interesting names you all have, but we'll see how the revives will be taken here for these, for Oscar's knockdown here, ladies and gentlemen. Smokes are being thrown. Okay, bro, I think one smoke is enough, but he is throwing a lot of smokes for the team here. But guys, we do, it is still stage 4 with 20 seconds left, and looking at the zone also, guys, MAKPEN is also currently doing really amazing today. They have been doing really amazing. MAKPEN, Drac, ladies and gentlemen, taking out Immortal and Luis there, ladies and gentlemen, for MAKPEN, but that's going to be it for them as well. But MAKPEN really is utilizing it what they have, and they've been good yesterday, and they're doing good today as well. So that's MAKPEN to y'all, of course, a really good team. Why is that Porsche so pink? I think it's a bug. But as you can see, the zone and everything, stage 4 zone with a couple of seconds left. Oh, I think Sue is offline. Yeah, Sue had to just ditch the match right where he parked, and he's like, "Oh, guys, I'm knocked out. Please revive me." But he's going to be eliminated. Tommy is going to take the confirmation there as well. But Barca of AXCT number 6, they are making their way through in the Aston Martin Valkyrie here, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful car that is. But yeah, guys, stage 4 zone, couple of seconds left for it to close in. And comparing to the last time how the Miramar match was before the last one, it was quite interesting. So we'll see a lot of action here as well. But Tommy taking down some players here as well. But Tommy is going to go back to lobby as well from ITE players here. This is back-to-back pure chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my days. Nexus players here. Top being knocked out, but team number 7 players are well aware that Zoro is in the hut, and they are pre-firing, but Zoro's S12K shot does connect. Will he be able to get the knockdown though? Crashes are coming in towards Zoro. This doesn't look good on Zoro. Zoro is going to get unfortunately knocked out, ladies and gentlemen. That is hard on Nexus players here. But as you can see, GODZ is trying to get the revive of his teammate here, Nexus Jamu. But as you can see, the zone, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are going to see a lot of fights outside the zone. But we'll see how all these teams are going to make their way into a zone and use their strategies in terms of how they're going to give a reply to these type of zones, because it's stage 5 zone in a quite of an open area, I would say. But we'll see how all these teams are going to reply. But as you can see, Beast taking the knockdown of MAKPEN Drac as well. Beast confirming the kill of Drac as well there in terms of MAKPEN and Tundra. But Tundra Beast does eliminate himself in terms of the zone, because it is quite hard now because of how it is stage 5 zone. So it is expected to be quite damaging. And Gogi taking out Jamus of Nexus as well. Nexus was in a very difficult situation there, I would say. But as you can see, one hit gods are here as well with Woods, and Dila. And, their team being alive here. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll see how all these 7 teams will respond towards the rest of the teams. But beautiful spray from Pure Aim taking down Nafla, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pure Aim to y'all with his 4 scope. Wow, give me a sensitivity code, Pure Aim. But yeah, Pure Aim does take out Nafla here, but Void for 1 hit. GODZ does have eyes on MAKPEN, cooking some nades here. But ladies and gentlemen, Nigesh taking the knockdown of MAKPEN, Kondra as well. Dila confirming the kill of Onkel. OUT Rengoku going for zone, and Nigesh and Nigesh for 4K. Void for 1 hit. GODZ eliminating MAKPEN. Sorry, MAKPEN, and confirming those kills, and that's it for MAKPEN, ladies and gentlemen. Rengoku for OUT does unfortunately die as well here, but we have DDX here, YS Grigor and Nafla representing DDX, ladies and gentlemen. Grigor is trying to get onto the roof, but that's not a good idea, knowing the fact that you have literally 1 hit GODZ eyes on you, but Void does have eyes on D&D players as well. But looking at the zone, ladies and gentlemen, there's no one in zone. But like I said, the fights are going to happen outside of zone. The fights are going to happen on the edges, on the outsides of the zone, with this minimum level of cover they have. But as we can see, Pure Aim takes the knockdown of Nafla again, ladies and gentlemen, with a spray here. But we can see Woods and Dilla alive. We see some quite a few teams of Sri Lankans here, you know, with DDX, 4K Knights and One Hit Gods. We have OUT, AXE and DND. So these are the 6 teams that's alive right now, 15 players alive. Looking at the zone, ladies and gentlemen, we can see OUT maximizing the zone's advantage, but it won't help them as much with how the rest of the teams have been locating themselves outside of zone with a higher angle in terms of getting those kills, getting those knockouts at this stage 6 zone with 15 seconds-ish to close in. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see who's going to be the winner chicken dinner for this 4th game, guys. The Miramar match. So we'll see how that's going to go, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Gogi here not in zone, but has eyes on AXE Baka. I'm not sure if he knows that he is there, but we'll see how that's going to go. As we can see, the rest of the teams here, DDX, 4K and One Hit Gods, really do need to give a reply here. But Gogi is making his way in with the buggy here, coming in close. But will the knockdown be taken here? Nafla is going to be unfortunately eliminated from Oscar. Ladies and gentlemen, Nafla, that was not a nice move from Nafla, but Dilla getting knocked down as well from Gogi, and Dilla is being confirmed. Grigor taking out DND AC, or is it DC? AC, I don't know. He's being eliminated as well. That's 5 teams left with 11 remaining, guys. Pure chaos right now, but 4K Pure Aim is right in the midst of the zone, and Woods is in the vehicle. OUT has no idea, but we'll see how Woods is going to utilize this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness me, 4K Nigesh cooking for the team. Like I said, this is a player that has been outstanding yesterday and outstanding today. I won't be surprised if he is the MVP and the top fragger. But ladies and gentlemen, you can see Nigesh taking a knockdown of Oscar as well. But YS being knocked out of zone. Woods will take an advantage of this, having to see Nigesh in the open, and Woods is gonna knock Nigesh. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, that was really nice from Woods to, you know, not move a single inch. But Kiki does have information of Woods being here, and Nigesh unfortunately will be eliminated, I assume, with that nade, but it does not connect to Nigesh. But the confirmation kill will happen here. But as we can see, guys, Pure Aim, Kiki and Rocky are still alive for 4K. Rocky taking some shots towards DDX here. We got 4 teams, and as we can see, Grigor being knocked out as well for DDX. But YS will take the revive, but the zone is right next to them. And the zone is going to push in, but we'll see what's going to happen here. Can YS even make his way in towards zone? It's going to be really hard, but we can see 4K Pure Aim taking some shots towards Woods' side. Stage 7 zone, 3 teams alive, YS being dead as well. And that is going to be it for that. Woods taking the knockdown of No Fear as well, ladies and gentlemen. Woods cooking in for the One Hit Gods here. And Woods' kill has been confirmed for Pure Aim taking the confirmation of Oscar as well. This is last 2 teams, Woods against 4K. Woods is in a very difficult situation here with the smokes. Will he be able to cover himself up though? He needs to heal up, but Pure Aim does have a nice angle. Like I said, Pure Aim did, and he does get Woods at the end, and that's going to be it. So, like I said, it was pure chaos, right? It was pure chaos. We can see 4K with the winner chicken dinner crown. Nigesh with 7 kills, guys. An outstanding player that I like watching. We got One Hit Gods as well as crowned as the second podium finish. And as we can see, DND as 3rd, 4th as DDX, and 5th as OUT players. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your top 5 for the 4th match. Right, so we will be back after a short break for the last and final game, which will be the decider game, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere, sit back, relax, please like and subscribe. We'll be taking a short break. We'll be right back for the last game. See you all in a bit.